Tell me, guys, what do all of these things have in common? It's 30 minutes before your workday ends and you are just so tired and ready to go home. Your networking group has rescheduled your Zoom meetings to 7 a.m., but you just woke up at 6:50 a.m. It's right before lunchtime and you had a really early breakfast this morning, so you are starving. Can you guess? Give you a second, 2 seconds. Got an answer for me? It is that you do not want to be having a conversation right now. This is Sarah from Your Ideal Self, and I wonder if you guys have had this happen to you. Have you noticed that sometimes it's just not the best time to have a conversation with people? The type of conversation I'm talking about is, well, when you go to the grocery store and you have that conversation with a cashier, or when you're having a conversation with a good friend, or maybe you just met someone and you want to get to know them. Pretty much all the conversations that are less transactional, but of course we can make those transactional conversations entertaining too. There are many things that keep us from being clear-minded in a conversation. Now, I, on many occasions, have called to make an appointment or to pay a bill, and I do it about 20 minutes before the office is about to close. So I give them a call, and it's about 9 times out of 10 that the person I talk to does not want to chat. He or she is just not having it, because this person just had a long day of phone calls, and they don't want to chat with me right now. They want to get the heck done with their day and move on, no matter how much they love their job. So why aren't we ready for a conversation at all times of the day? Well, there are 2 main reasons. One being that we are physically distracted. Some of our body's needs are not met. Whether we're really hungry or we're really tired or really sore, our body just isn't feeling it. We are thinking about our body more than the conversation. 2 is when we are mentally distracted. So those are those times when we're really stressed, or we're thinking about a problem we have to solve, or we're just so busy. So our mind is thinking about something that is not the present moment of the conversation. Think for a moment to the people in your life. Can you think of someone who's just very often not ready for a conversation? It seems like they're always busy or preoccupied with something. Me, I think of my boss. I think to all the conversations that I have had with my boss, and I cannot think of one where she was fully focused on what I was saying. She is such a busy woman, and she has so many people to manage that every time I talk to her, there's always such a short attention span. She's always busy, always distracted. And if you think about this and you realize that you are often distracted and often really busy, don't kid yourself that people don't notice this. People notice this. Because if another person says something and you respond in a kind of hazy, not really full response kind of way, people are gonna start noticing. Quick pause. Are you subscribed to my channel yet? Because if you're not, then I encourage you to get your mouse down there and click the subscribe button. And while you're hanging around down there, click that like button too. So here, we are digging deeper and we are getting to the core here. What makes a good conversation? Now I could say a ton of stuff, but I'm gonna keep it to 2 simple things. It is being a good listener, and 2, being curious and asking questions. In a conversation, if you don't really hear what the other person is saying, then when you respond, you are only getting a thread of the meaning. Because if you think about it, if you're not listening to what the other person is saying, then your response to them is going to be a partial response. It's not going to be a real response from your core. We need both the good listening and the good question asking for good conversation. So this takes me back to the things that distract us from a conversation. Whether we are physically distracted, our body's needs aren't met, or we are mentally distracted. These are basic needs to the conversation. because the conversation is over here. But if your mind is over there, thinking about how you're hungry, thinking about how you had a bad encounter with a friend yesterday, you're not going to be able to focus on this wonderful piece of conversation in front of you. I find that there are some people that are more open to conversation and some people that are a little bit more closed to conversation. So don't feel bad if you encounter someone who is closed. This is obviously a closed position, obviously. You will encounter those people that just don't want to open up. They don't want to explore. They want to get this moment done and then be over with it so they can get to their next thing. And that's fine, but just be aware of this. Be aware when you yourself are ready to talk to people and when you're kind of not feeling it. Really, try to attune yourself to your rhythms so you can be your best self. So everyone, I love to talk about conversation, obviously. And I want to do a few videos about conversation. So what specifically do you want from me? This channel, all the content is for you. So tell me what things you want to learn about conversation in my next videos. If you're eager to see what else I already have out there on conversation, then check out Work From Home, How to Have Meaningful Conversations with Your Coworkers. I'll put the link here. This has been Sarah with Your Ideal Self, and I hope your day is as meaningful as you want it to be.